So I only half cooked this lobster because it's gonna go into the fryer and then it's gonna go stir fried in the wok. Just like all the best Chinese dishes, this comes together really quickly. Prosperity jerk lobster is our take on crispy wok stir-fried lobster that you can get in Chinatown at 2 a.m. when you're at a table full of chefs. So this is how we get the lobster ready for service. This is our three-step dredge method. So it starts off with a dry, and then next we go into wet. So for every lobster, this is exactly how we do it, one at a time. All right, now the lobster goes in the fryer. While that's getting crispy, we're gonna get started on the sauce as well. This is where it gets intense. Cooking with a wok was such a different learning experience. This is jerk butter. A lot of the restaurants that I worked in were predominantly French ones. Onions, so I didn't get a chance to use a wok as much. Peppers, some Maggi sauce. It's not easy at all. Lobster goes in, like all the mise en place has to be done way ahead. And you can't be like fucking about. Like you have to be like super dialed in. Ready to plate? I came from the world of fine dining, French cuisine, working in 3 Michelin-starred restaurants, and I learned a ton of techniques. Back on for a quick sec. It's Ritz cracker crumbs and a bit more butter. But I think it's hilarious that they would be snobby towards our use of things like Ritz crackers. It's delicious, and if somebody's too stush to enjoy the things that we're doing, then they can go to another restaurant. Prosperity jerk lobster. Chinese people go way back in Jamaica. There's generations and generations of us there. When we first opened, people had no idea that this culture, much less this cuisine, existed.
Let's go. Yeah.
It's 8:30, time to start getting on some jerk chicken. This is Chef Nick, my right hand when it comes to jerking chicken.
Yep, the chicken man. We go through a lot of chicken here, man. A lot of chicken.
Check out this jerk paste. This is scallions, Scotch bonnet, soy sauce. This is what put us on the map.
One of the major stuff for jerk chicken, you want to get all right inside the cavities.
Deep inside.
Deep inside, yeah. Blazer, our bartender, asked me one day, like, Chef, how much chicken do you think you go through? I'm like, too much chicken. I have my hands in chicken so many times. And this is just the first part. The fun part is when you start smoking. And voila. Really, let's trust. Trusting is important because when you put it on the rotisserie, you want it to keep that shape, keep that firm. All right, let's go. Hold on, last one.
You want to go?
Yeah, let's go. You see, you're better at bondage than I am.
Oh, shit!
You got it. I'm blaming the gloves. She has on a small, I have an extra large.
It's the gloves.
So right now, it marinates for 24 hours, and then we put it on our smoker.
Our jerk chicken takes a couple days to make. We start off by dry brining, and then we cold smoke to get that smoky flavor.
1, 2, 3.
Yes. We smoke at the back of the restaurant. This is like a narrow little alleyway. Definitely not the most ideal place, but you know, it gets done. And to do that, we need a little bit of kindling.
Come on, Craig, you still got it.
I used to be fast at one point. Ooh, I'm chopping wood in Jordan 1 breads.
The placement of the wood is important. You want to get some of the larger ones on the base.
So we're cold smoking this in the in this smoker because we want to finish the cooking on the rotisserie to keep it as juicy as possible.
Yeah. So normally you have chicken coming off the grill sometimes, it's like, especially like the breast part is very, very trashy and dry. This helps to give you the best of every world, to be honest. Nice and space, smoke goes all through, and then you close this baby up. And that's how you get the best chicken in town. Because we're smoking chicken, we try to smoke pork belly same time for our yakisoba dish.
I have a new idea that I want to test out at Mignonette, so
Sweet.
save me one of these pork bellies. I'm going to check this one.
All right. And as you've seen earlier, I'm very good at this part. Rub down the baby, rub her down.
So I'm thinking about a new dish. So I'm gonna smoke this pork belly almost like a Texas-style brisket. So I'm mixing up some Chinese hot mustard. This is my first time doing this. I'm not too sure if this is gonna be working out, but this is just testing.
And again, just like with the chicken, you want to put space in between it. You do not want to put the fat part down. You want to put it on the meat because the fat will render zone. You don't want to lose all that fat because that fat is good, man. When it comes on to like the winter time, like out here is this ice is all over the place. There's sometimes it's snowing, sometimes it's rain, sometimes it's hail. It's cool, man. It's cool. Yeah, but Canada is nice, man. Canada is really, really nice. And we're doing some really good thing out here, man. Yeah. All right,
Cool.
Oxtail.
Let's do it.
Watch your back, watch your back.
Next big task that we have for the day is oxtail. Sometimes they come chopped up, but sometimes they come in whole like this. Now we gotta just deal with them. So I'm just cutting at the joints to separate the oxtail and get into manageable pieces. We couldn't be a Jamaican-Chinese restaurant without serving oxtail.
Calm down, man.
How do you think I get my stress out?
Oh my God.
See, I don't yell in the kitchen.
Okay.
I take action in the kitchen.
All right.
For me, when I eat oxtail, I like big chunks like this.
You want to have a big piece of oxtail on your fork, man. A good oxtail, a caravan person will take off your hand, man. If you mess up oxtail, you're like, what the hell are you doing? Most like shocks, so you go in it. It's a big cleaver, you go, just like what he's doing.
The way we do our oxtail is we start by caramelizing, and we do that in the deep fryer. Not so typical in traditional oxtail, but it really differentiates ours. If I showed my aunts and uncles that I'm browning oxtail in a deep fryer, they would, who knows what they would do to me.
When I first saw him deep frying oxtail, they were like, what are you doing? This is not oxtail, this is not oxtail. But then the flavors came out perfectly.
This is exactly what we're looking for. That deep caramelization.
So then I started the sauce for the oxtail. So we split off our onions. So you want to get them nice and translucent. And this is now the real flavor of oxtail. This is where the real love comes into the dish. Because if this is not done well, everything else that we did, it makes no sense earlier on.
So caramelizing ketchup is almost like napalm. It just sticks everywhere. But Yelena has developed this technique to get around it.
Any part of exposed flesh will get burned by ketchup. It'll get you.
Next up goes oyster sauce. It's that familiar flavor you'll get in Chinese cuisine, and some soy sauce. Last thing we're adding is some browning. Browning is that caramel that you'll find in Coca-Cola. It's the thing that gives oxtail its signature slight bitterness.
Browning you find in every Jamaican kitchen. I think this dish merges both cuisines the best, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. You have the Chinese influence, but still with the Jamaican flavors. This is what Patois is. The yin and the yang, right?
So now we're about to bring it up to a simmer, and then it gets poured over to the oxtail and into the oven for 3 hours. Jamaican Chinese food was taught to me by my grandmother. We go back 3 generations to Jamaica, and she was cooking Jamaican food with Chinese ingredients, and she's cooking Chinese food with Jamaican ingredients. It's been 3 hours in the oven. That's what oxtail is to us. Soft, tender, brown. You can't have oxtail without rice and peas, and we're actually playing it up with spinner dumplings as well. It's a very simple flour water dumpling. Fusion for the sake of it is definitely not something that I'm into, but with a mixed background the way that I have, it's just a natural progression for me to experiment and play with both sides of the cultures and the cuisine.
Yeah. You can see they're still raw. The texture has changed slightly. You can smell it. Oh, yeah, this is what you're looking for.
When I first decided to do jerk chicken, I knew I wanted to do it on a rotisserie rather than on a grill. But at the same time, I wanted to make sure I kept the respect for the dish, and the smoke lends a huge amount of flavor.
Jerk chicken, jerk pork, all smoked. Let's go. Okay guys, it's after 4, let's start getting ready for service, okay? The jerk chicken, We try to do it as close as possible time because it makes no sense to do all that hard work and you have chicken sitting down. You want it to be fresh and nice and juicy. I get all up in the chicken. Yeah. That's how we like it. That's how we like it here. Rub on some more. It gives you that nice crunch and it gives you that nice heat. You get. That's what jerk chicken is about. Sometimes we don't even get by the bones. So. Have our jerk chickens on. So now it's pork belly. So we want to go for 8 ounces. Very generous with salt. And then again, you hit with some more jerk paste. And this is not like any jerk pork you have ever had in Jamaica, to be honest.
One of the things that I'm doing right now that's keeping me busy is our new restaurant, Mignonette. It's menu testing time, it's the exciting time, and I have this idea for a new dish. It's really loosely based off of a siu mai, Chinese shrimp and pork dumpling. And I smoked a little bit of pork belly as well. So we're upstairs at Mignonette, and we've accomplished the big jobs for mise en place at Patois. And here we get to play around and do some new dishes. So then I took this pork and smoked it Texas brisket style, and just put a little bit of salt, some pepper on there. Has that crust still because of that barbecue paper. In theory, this is gonna taste good.
Trust your chef?
Yes. Dripping. So juicy. The cut of the pork could be a little bit better, but what we did to it was really good. All right, so I'm gonna make a mayonnaise, but the base of it is actually gonna be shiro miso and crab, and it's gonna give us a really intense umami flavor. It's good, eh?
Yeah.
So my deal with this was Ritz cracker, super simple. So we got some of this mayo right on, piece of that pork on there. And let's get some of the ikura. It just works together in my head. This is an actual test, first time.
Cheers.
Cheers. It doesn't taste the way that I actually imagined it, but in some ways,
It tastes delicious.
Tastes
but
delicious.
It's a bit heavy.
It
in
is.
all honesty.
Yeah. Well, it was inspired by a siu mai, but it doesn't taste like a siu mai to me at all.
Because there's no shrimp on there. Right?
Exactly. We had that crab and stuff, but I mean, it's a very loose interpretation. Yeah, we'd have to think it over. All right, man, that was fun.
Perfect, chef.
I gotta head back down, take care of service.
Thank you so much.
See ya. All right, guys, picking up 1 yakisoba. What makes this dish so unique is that we actually put oxtail gravy as the base of the sauce. And we start with a lot of cabbage, broccoli. Yakisoba is traditionally like a wok stir-fried ramen noodle. And we wanted to do a different take on it. Here's our yakisoba sauce.
So this is our pork belly for yakisoba.
Finish it off with a bit of jerk lays. That's our jerk pork yakisoba.
Now we're plating our juicy jerk chicken. And you see, because of the rotisserie, you see how the juices are running out. Chicken breast is nice and moist, beautiful. And finish it with some cilantro. Double jerk with a magpie, oxtail with a slaw. Connor, what you working right now? Yeah, I'm going. It gets chaotic sometimes, you know? You know what I mean? We don't have a lot of space, and then we have a lot of persons on the line. Yeah, so this is our dirty fried rice. So we have our ground pork, we have our Chinese sausages, we have our homemade dirty spice. The chickens, 2 chickens.
So you can get our jerk chicken in 2 ways. Right off the rotisserie, or you can get it in a jerk chicken chow mein. Shiitake mushroom. Jerk chicken and chow mein are a natural match. Jerk paste, you know, there's the spice of the jerk chicken, and there's the saucy, crispy noodles in the chow mein. Shaoxing wine. Part of me is a storyteller. I really wanted to show some of my heritage. This is bok choy. Next up is jerk chicken meat. Jamaican-Chinese. It's a very unique one. And we finish with bean sprouts. Noodles go on the plate, and we pull it straight from the wok. I don't think a lot of people have seen that, so of course it's really important for me to show a bit of my heritage in the food that we're feeding people with.
Table 32. Oxtail with slaw. Thank you. So we have 1 fry, 1 jerk, and a dirty rice. All right, I'm going, guys, I'm going. Here you go, 302. You want an next patty?
I'll take that patty.
Okay, go, there you go. Give me a hot sauce, please. All right, there you go, double jerk. 304.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Just had a bit of a rush. It was pretty intense. Everyone coming in all together, but you know, it's the thing that we enjoy the most.
All right, so now we're coming to almost the close of service. We have the last couple of tables left to come in, so we're just gonna put up some more chicken just for those guys, and then we wrap it up tonight, okay? And there I go again.